Hi everyone. I'm just here to share a few pieces of information about religious school from the past year and in the coming year. This video is attached to an email which has information for registration and other information about the coming year. It's been a really good year in the Natalie and Manny Cherek Religious School. Happy kids, learning kids. We've made a lot of progress. This past year was the second of our 3-year cycle of curriculum studies. And I really wanted to tell you about some of the exciting things we're going to be doing in the coming year. So plans for next year, let me start with our Hebrew curriculum. Our kids are coming along in their Hebrew, their Aleph Bet for the little ones, their fluency for the older ones, and a lot of progress has been made. At this point, we're going to try and take advantage of some of the great technologies that are out there in the supplementary school curriculum for throughout the country. And what that means is we're going to be changing a bit of our Hebrew instruction. Here's what we hope to do. We hope to have a more impactful period of Hebrew study on Tuesday afternoons. It'll be a bit of a shorter amount of time, but really focused on the learning of the Hebrew alphabet and Hebrew fluency. We're going to couple that with some online resources. We're still identifying exactly which resources we're going to be using, but we're going to be working on having the children work on their Hebrew outside of classroom. A bit of flipping the classroom, as some people are calling it nowadays. We're going to ask the kids, with your assistance, and we will need your assistance, to be working on their Hebrew at home during the week. We're going to make this really accessible. And there's going to be a lot of communication from the faculty of our school with you to make this possible. This will probably be things that the kids are going to be doing on the computer. For the older kids, it may be recording some of the prayers so that they really work on their fluency and learn the prayers really well. Some of you have already done this in previous years here at the school, but we're going to be taking a comprehensive approach so that the kids are able to work on Hebrew several times during the week, not only in school, but also at home. In August, you'll be hearing the specifics of this. We're here to answer questions, and we're looking forward to this change, which I think is going to be really productive for the kids. And with your help, it's really going to be a great way to help them work on their Hebrew language skills. As part of our 3-year cycle of Judaic studies, this coming year we're going to be talking about Israel, and the real focus will be on the modern state of Israel, Zionism and the state of Israel. It's a great opportunity. We've been already planning a lot, speaking with other partners in the community and partners outside the community about great resources that are out there for kids learning about the state of Israel. It's a great opportunity for project-oriented learning, for cultural learning, hands-on learning, and in addition to learning some of the basics, facts and figures and things like that, what we really want the kids to do is get a sense of what the state of Israel is all about. Its cultural legacy, its religious legacy, its history. We want them to know some of those big main figures of the state of Israel. We want them to know by the end of the year who Theodore Herzl and David Ben-Gurion, Golda Meir, and others, who they are. We want them to know the difference between Haifa and Tel Aviv and Jerusalem and Eilat. If your children haven't been there yet, we hope they'll see it on the ground sometime in their future. But in the meantime, we want them to really learn and engage with what the state of Israel is today. There are many opportunities. We have lots of opportunity for artwork and dance and food and, of course, language because of our Hebrew studies as well. For our Torah study, 2 years ago, we focused our Torah study on the mitzvot, the commandments in the Torah. This past year, we focused on the book of Genesis, and in the coming year, we're going to be focusing on the book of Exodus. That'll take us really from the beginning of the book to the building of the tabernacle, the whole story of the enslavement of the Jewish people and the Exodus from Egypt, and then our trip to Mount Sinai and the building of the tabernacle. You may remember from past meetings where we talked about why we've changed some of our focus from a Parshat HaShavua, just learning the portion each week. What we're trying to do is get the kids to really focus their attention on one aspect of Torah study so it can really be a rich experience for them. One other thing, and you'll notice this in your calendar that's attached to the email as well, is that our schedule will be a bit changed. We'll still be meeting on Tuesdays and most Saturdays, but several times during the year we're going to be having a Sunday session. So please note those early on and put them on your calendar. The reason for this is that with our focus on Hebrew, we want to give kids the opportunity to learn Hebrew on Tuesdays and to work on it a bit more on Shabbat, and also to do this work that will really enrich their experience during the course of the week, as I mentioned, this online learning. But in addition to that, we really want to find a way to bring Hebrew into the school on Sundays, so we can sort of combine our Israel studies and our Hebrew studies together to make it a family experience and something that's really rich and meaningful. And so if you would please note those dates now and put them on your calendar, you'll be hearing more about those opportunities later in the summer and into the school year. As always, I'm here to answer any questions about our school. We're really looking forward to the coming year, our returning students and the new students that will be joining us, and we look forward to seeing you. Have a happy and safe summer.